To what extent did the Directory 1795-1799 restore order? The Directory 1795-1799 did restore a considerable degree of order to France after the chaos of the Reign of Terror and the instability of the early revolutionary years, but this achievement was limited, superficial, and fragile. While it ended systematic state terror, stabilized internal administration in many areas, and secured military victories that boosted national prestige and territorial security, persistent political corruption, economic hardship, reliance on military force, and inability to reconcile deep ideological divisions meant that true, durable order was never fully restored. By 1799, the regime's weaknesses had become so pronounced that it collapsed in the coup of 18 Brumaire with little resistance. Overall, the Directory achieved partial and temporary restoration of order rather than a comprehensive or lasting one. The Directory's most significant success in restoring order lay in ending the Reign of Terror and returning France to more moderate constitutional government. The Constitution of the year III, 1795, established a bicameral legislature, Council of 500 and Council of Ancients, and a five-man executive, the Directory, deliberately designed to prevent the concentration of power seen under the Committee of Public Safety. This framework aimed to balance revolutionary ideals with stability, enfranchising a broad, though property-based, electorate and introducing annual elections and the secret ballot, progressive features by 18th century standards. The regime dismantled the revolutionary tribunals, released many political prisoners, and closed Jacobin clubs, allowing a return to comparative calm after years of purges and executions. In the provinces, law and order improved markedly in many areas. The violent de-Christianization campaigns ceased, and civil disturbances decreased compared to 1793-94. Historians such as those noting the Directory's role in providing a breathing space after the Terror acknowledge this as a genuine achievement in re-establishing basic governance. Military success further contributed to a sense of restored national order and security. Under the Directory, French armies, revitalized after Thermidor, achieved major victories in the War of the First Coalition. Napoleon's Italian campaign, 1796-97, forced Austria out of the war Treaty of Campo Formio, 1797, while generals such as Hoche pacified the Vendée Rebellion by 1796, effectively ending the most serious internal royalist insurgency. These successes expanded French territory, creating sister republics in the Netherlands, Switzerland, and Italy, brought in plunder and tribute to alleviate financial pressures, and fostered patriotic pride. For many contemporaries, military glory helped legitimize the regime and created an impression of restored strength and order on the international stage, contrasting sharply with the defensive desperation of 1793-94. However, these successes were undermined by profound failures that prevented genuine or lasting restoration of order. Politically, the regime became increasingly authoritarian and corrupt, manipulating elections when results threatened its survival. In 1797, coup of 18 Fructidor, royalist and moderate gains were annulled in numerous departments, with deputies arrested and deported. Similar purges occurred in 1798, Floreal against Neo-Jacobins, and in 1799. Such interventions destroyed the credibility of the constitutional system the Directory claimed to uphold, fostering cynicism and instability rather than order. Corruption was rife among directors and officials, with scandals involving embezzlement and profiteering further eroding public trust. Economically, the Directory failed to resolve chronic crises that fueled disorder. The assignats and mandats territories hyperinflated and collapsed. Partial bankruptcy in 1797 repudiated much of the debt but alienated creditors. Taxation reforms, e.g., under Raymond, improved collection but were deeply unpopular, sparking protests. Food shortages, high prices, and unemployment persisted in urban areas, leading to ongoing social unrest and bread riots in some regions. Without solving these underlying grievances, the regime could not achieve broad-based stability. The Directory's heavy reliance on the army to suppress dissent, both royalist and Jacobin, highlighted its inability to govern through consent. This militarization of politics set a dangerous precedent and made the regime vulnerable when military leaders like Napoleon turned against it. Persistent religious tensions, failure to fully reconcile with the Catholic Church, sustained unrest in Western departments, while press censorship and arrests alienated intellectuals and moderates. In conclusion, the Directory restored order to a limited extent by terminating the Terror, stabilizing administration in much of the country, and winning military victories that secured France's borders and prestige. These were real, if partial, achievements after years of revolutionary upheaval. However, corruption, electoral manipulation, economic mismanagement, and dependence on force prevented the establishment of durable political legitimacy or social harmony. The ease with which Napoleon overthrew the regime in 1799 demonstrates that any restored order was superficial and unsustainable. Thus, while the Directory brought temporary respite and moderation, it ultimately failed to restore genuine, long-term order to revolutionary France.